Hey, how's it? Welcome to Diamond Cornerstone. I'm Christo, and classic YouTube drill: like, subscribe, share. So a couple of things have gone through my mind over the weekend, and what exactly is the Aspire? Now, considering that it's you can see relationship between this picture and the Staff of Hermes, uh, you'll actually notice that there's similarity. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the difference between mine and Hermes's. And Hermes's stuff is, I'd say, about 6,000 years old because it's etched into marvelous places, going back even into the King's Chamber in um, primitive Giza. Uh, but it's also could be seen as a tree of life or a yeah, tree of good and evil. So it's going back to Eden. But I don't know anything about the staff, and now I'm staring at it and I see similarities between my Diamond A-Spire and this funky staff. And maybe what I'm blessed with is I just codified it. I organized labels into how the world works, which could be a classic blessing. And I think once we see how the code works, we actually get a breakthrough and a strategy to actually bring down the new heaven and the new earth. And people will say, but what does that mean? And it's actually just comes down to that heart center that I spoke about last week, and love, because the groom can't come home to a bride who's unprepared if the bride isn't in heart center, isn't in love. So there's a lot of talk about second coming. I come from a Judeo-Christian background, so we pray for second coming, but there's a certain amount of work that the bride must do to prepare for the groom coming home. So if the groom's coming home, what's the code for planning a wedding? What is the system? What is the process? And people say, no, he's just going to rock up. But on a normal day-to-day wedding, there's food to be prepared and cakes and seating and churches and transport and dresses and flowers and tuxedos and limousines and guests. And so what are we actually doing? What system are we using to prepare for our wedding? Because suddenly we've had the staff from the beginning as a key, but we've not actually implemented how to string it up, how to unlock it, and how to unravel it, and then we build systems that don't actually glorify heart center. So systems that don't glorify love and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and understanding and forgiveness and optimism and trust and reverence and serenity and bliss. All our systems are closer to humiliation and blame and despair and regret and anxiety and craving and anger. So, what are we doing to reach heart center, to reach love? And coming from my background, we're not taught aim for love, we're taught be love, but then we focus on all these negatives. And yes, it's very much a negative mental model, and you must fix this and you must get this right. And then they play on a little bit of shame, and then you're ashamed of missing a time or being late or having that extra cup of coffee, and we're nailed on calories and kilojoules, and you could look better. And whereas if you just aim in love, all that stuff falls apart, falls away. So yeah, What is the Diamond A-Spire? It's a codified system, I believe, that can prepare humanity for a new Earth, a time when all these systems have passed away. And the systems would be things like debt and tax and anxiety and ill health. Most people, 96% of people, worry about two things. Just two things: health and wealth. Now, if we sort out our food system, people will probably just get healthy already. Remove the chemicals from our general day-to-day living. Just the chemicals. Just the chemicals. And you take up your place again in nature, eating organic. Well, not even organic. I don't like the term because that's an anti-movement again. But eat healthy. Be healthy. A lot of stuff just disintegrates. But instead we've got ourselves dependent on an opioid. There's an opioid crisis, they say. On opioids and pills. And then we get all our general numbers like TV and caffeine and nicotine and alcohol. And all of this, there's a place for, but it shouldn't be. The exceptions became rules. So let's just get back to center. Get back to the silence within you. And when you find that silence, you'll probably find a bliss that you've never actually experienced. And then we'll be ready for second coming. And we will all aspire and we will all murmur like starlings. And imagine 8 billion diamond bodies aspiring, spinning it up in perfect harmony, perfect melody, perfect pitch, perfect frequency, perfect vibration, perfect energy, perfect consciousness. That's something to strive for. That's something to aspire towards. That's something to be inspired about. You are the Diamond A-Spire. You are the diamond, aspire. Yeah. Set the cornerstone, be the diamond. Yeah, I love you all.